Hello, and welcome to On the Back Hash.
Hey, everybody.
Reacts, where we were going to react to some of our favorite shows and some iconic shows from DCI and WGI, and maybe some other stuff too. So first episode of this doing our format. So
Yeah.
we're going to watch today the 2005 Cadets show, The Zone. Pretty iconic show. It might have been a little bit ahead of its time as far as like concept is concerned.
That's why I picked it.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris, any more details about why you picked it?
It's one of those shows I like. So I really didn't get into drum corps too heavy until I met Cedric. Yeah, but like,
you're welcome.
This is the one show, like when I think about like, I'm very, I do visual stuff at my school, and like this show for me is like, I don't know, just the whole visual package for me and how what they did. It's so awesome for me. I just love that. I just love the show. So, pretty iconic show. If you went to the World Championships and you went to the 50th anniversary exhibit that they had at the conference center, they had the door there from this show. So, and then also, what corps was it that did the whole hodgepodge?
Pacific Crest.
Yeah, they had the door out there. They had a door out there to represent this. So it's a pretty iconic show, and like you said, it's kind of ahead of its time as far as design wise where it was going. So that's why I wanted to do this one. So
yeah. They did win that year, and then they broke the record or tied the record.
Yes,
at that time with that particular show. Cadets had, is that Cadet? Cavies did it with Frameworks, and then Cadets taught it that year. So, all right, everybody geared up, ready to go. All right, hit play in 3, 2, 1, press.
On the field, sponsored by Youth Education in the Arts.
Good old Brent Crocker, man.
You're right. I love hearing his voice.
They're outside. That never happens anymore. What's going on?
Yeah.
Maybe they need to open the roof in Lucas Oil sometime.
Oh,
That changes things.
Did you see that today? The picture of that?
They'll never do it.
I'm so cool.
So, right off the bat, those uniforms was created to where they can march forward and backwards, which is
Ridiculous.
God, dude, just watching them march, I just can't.
Some pretty iconic and well-designed drill moves happen in this show as well.
I love
The Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yes, and everybody was on it for like a year.
The cadets, you may take the field for competition.
I forgot how high their drum major was for this show.
He's up there.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination beyond another dimension.
I wonder if this is the first group to use narration.
Sound, but of mind.
That's what he
By this year,
The Zone.
it might be. A rotating square in a circle.
right?
The pool right in
right off the
Right after, you know,
Oh, such a cool
they say,
front to
yeah,
back.
we are that cool.
Yeah. Don't do it.
I'm gonna
Ding
do
dong.
it.
Here I go. See ya.
Yeah.
Oh no. You'll float too.
So this is the water zone, water part of the show. So you should see lots of iconic things with water, like the rain stick. Notice the blue silks. And I think they're the reason why I like fast tempo marching is because of them. It's so exciting.
That's like them, and then like Vanguard, like a few years later, they that's
There's so much visual momentum that comes with it too.
Yeah.
I am a traditionalist in that regard. I love watching fast marching.
I think Blue Knights played this.
Yeah.
Recently. Well, maybe when we do my video, we'll hear it.
And if you did not know, you've never heard before, cadets, step off on the right foot. If you did not know that. I hope you do. If you don't, there you go. Dude, just that unfold there. Oh.
Here's our first water theme. Water droplets fall out of the faucet. So smart.
Ridiculous. So were the brass doing the faucet?
Yes, I think so.
I wasn't watching the guard have my attention.
Yeah.
Like I say, if your guard grasps my attention, they're doing something right because they're not the first place I'm looking. Or the second place.
There's a lot of split focus where the chord's on one side and the guard's on another.
That's very old.
There's another one?
The umbrella?
Yeah.
Umbrella?
One of the things I love about cadets, man, like, they're so good job. I talk a lot with my group in the picture, right? Like, going from one set to another set, does it look like what it's supposed to look like in, like,
short?
Right.
It's do such a good job with that, man.
One of our judges this past weekend said that the most important counts of your drill are the first 4 and the last 4. I think it was, or no. The last 4 counts of the set previous and the first 4 the next one, because that shows the momentum change and the picture within the picture. And he said, those first 4 counts set up the next move, but the last 4 finish it. And you have that picture change from the first to the next one. I don't think a lot of kids realize there's also a picture within the picture in the transition time.
Yeah. Probably one of the most iconic ballads of all time here.
I was about to say something like that.
Oh, look at this hat.
Toes. Toes.
Dude, they used to get on them so much for the toe up on the backwards march. On the slow backwards march.
I dig it, man. That's.
I mean, if everybody bought into it, it works.
Especially this show with how they use the uniform in the back. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Shoulder facing has to be on the point, or else you're going to show part of the uniform you're not supposed to.
I mean, just look at that. I tell you, man, they'll marching, they'll stripe down the pants, like just pops.
It's the easiest drum book they're gonna have the whole show.
Especially back then, cadets.
Right?
You mean we get to play quarter notes?
Yeah, it's over now.
I think this is one of the first times that we see add-ons.
Yes.
For snares. And that snare that percussion writing is probably ahead of its time, which is slow ballad and all of those notes, but it works really well.
Well, it pushes it, you know what I mean? Like, the feel is so good there.
Look at the distance.
Yep.
I know, like,
Look at the gap.
40 yards.
We talk about listening environment.
It's like the felt but not heard. We're also gonna feel them but not see them.
Just, I mean, my calves would blow if I too, man.
Simple, man. Such a simple ballad, but it's major effectiveness.
Yeah.
And you are about to die. Here we go. And get your tools ready.
We got construction zone here.
I mean, just look at the mark. I said like 5 times, man. Just.
I wonder if she looks back on that and is like, why did I do that?
Why? Why?
Because they told her to.
I can't believe y'all Cadets.
It's such a cool part, man. That percussion guy's like, I'm gonna pick a spot and I'm gonna stay right here.
It was about that.
Contrary motion, my favorite.
So this just brings me back to me saying a long time ago that groups have done it before. And,
See, I was sitting here. I was about to say it.
yeah. And if you know what
My
I'm
Boston folks.
Yep.
yeah, just so you know. Just so you know.
So I think for the next 2 years, we had drum breaks that had stuff like this in it.
Yeah. At least.
They made a whole commercial about it.
They really did.
This is Park and Bark.
The drum major looks like he's 40 feet in the air. It's so interesting to watch too how like the visual under the body has changed from here. I mean, not even that long. I mean, it is. I guess long ago because it's when I was a senior in high school. But I mean, it's such a unique change to see. It was more guard focused, you know, during this time than anything GE wise.
I mean, that whole guard feature in front of the door, that's something you see the brass doing now
Yeah.
during a percussion break or a front ensemble feature. Just the
But you also
The
gotta
demand.
look at how many less standstills they've
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like they have not stopped technically.
That's why I like this show, man. Just I wish they would have kept the high cam that whole time. Dude,
see that lock in like that?
yeah. I just got a flashback to perpetual motion there for a second. I got walking around the
This body work right here with this guard and the dancers.
It's so funny too. We're just talking about like how you don't see the traditional sense stuff like guard integration. It's so funny watching this. Like it's so segmented more than it has. You know what I mean? Like because when you're moving that fast, you can't have guard in between you. Just man, get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, get wrecked.
And then the judge comes back to the
100.
Perfect scores all around.
Polo is copyrighted. You can't have it in the
Ladies
show.
and gentlemen, that's it.
They were ready for that.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
Such a good show, man.
Yeah. It's, we talk about, because I think we're all kind of old school when it comes to design. Like, we want to march and we want to play. We want to let the music be an effect, and we want the drill to be effective, and what we do with that stuff to be effective. And for them to do all of that stuff but still be able to tell a story effectively, with minimum electronics or anything like that. And I'm an electronic fan, so for people who try to jump down my throat about that, like, I like electronics just fine. But I'm just saying, back then it wasn't prevalent. It was just, they did the narration and that was it. And it was probably one of those speakers. It's probably a mic plugged into a speaker and just cranked all the way up. So I bet you the grandma on the top couldn't hear the narration. But for what they were, for that time, that show pushed the envelope. And they even went further the next year, doubling down on it, making the sequel to that show, where it got even more crazier. Which part of that show, I like the closer on that show better than I do this one, just from a musical standpoint. But that one overall, I like that one better. But no, that was, Cadets, when they were moving, that opener had to be clicking close to 200.
Yeah. I was looking at the feed. I was like, God, but that's why I said what I said about the short parts where they did stand still. You almost don't even remember because they just didn't stop. It's like 400 sets in just the opener.
Yeah. The drill writer got excited. Was like, yeah, oh crap! I already did the Z.
Where do you go from there?
got too excited. Done did everything in the first 30 seconds.
I know. What are we doing? But no, that's a good one. It's been a while since I've sat and watched that one.
It's been a couple years, but it's just something about that show, man. It's so well done as far as like with the double panel uniform, and this, like when they had that spin, like they had the two lines in the opener and they spin around to lock into one. Like, you talk about, oh, like that just gives me goosebumps every time I watch that part there, man. Just, it's such a good design, and like I love fast drill, man, and just watching them do that, and then it's always fun too, just the nostalgia of like you were talking about, like, how do we tell a story in this show? Like, okay, we have the water zone, how are we going to do that? Well, we're not going to have a bunch of water props on the field or anything like that. No, we're going to design it with
one prop.
Yeah, we're going to do it with our the people on the field. That kind of stuff. It doesn't really happen a whole lot as it used to. Which, the sport has changed, and I still love what's happening today. But just, it's really cool to see that kind of stuff. How do you convey the theme of your show and you have a door? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, we know it's the, we know what we're doing. We got the Twilight Zone stuff going on, but like, where's she going? Okay, how are we going to do that? She has a raincoat on, an umbrella, we got that, but that's one person out of the entire corps. So like, seeing how that works always is good for me. And I will say for you, I agree with you said with the closer. It kind of like, we're like, yeah, it's like, okay, well, we don't know how to finish. Yeah, okay, here we are. All right, cool. See you. And then
and it almost doesn't make sense until you watch the next year's show. You're like, oh, they weren't done. So I was just like, okay, all right, that's cool. I wish I would have known that. You still love the show,
but it's like to be able to do that, to win and be able to do that.
Tie the record,
and tie the so that's brilliance in its own.
The sheets haven't changed too much from then. I don't think they have. So like, think of what, a 99.15. I think that's what it was. To pop that, we know Effects King, and they kind of show you and as a high school band director, I look back at those early 2000 shows, those late 90s, early 2000 shows, and be like, we can do this because there's not a lot of fluff in it. It's really good marching, really good playing, really good drill design, and it's this is achievable for a high school group as far as like how you design a show to get your point across and still be effective. So I kind of like that because you can show a kid that like they're just marching and playing really stinking well. Everybody's doing their part, and it's about the precision. And you can achieve that because you show them a modern show and they're just like, well, we don't have all of those props and we don't have the cool looking uniforms. Like that just enhances things, but like
when you boil it down, it's can you march and can you play?
Yeah,
because you can have all them props. Let's understand, there's some groups now they got props.
boy,
You can have
But
props
it
and
is not
voiceovers
happening.
and cool uniforms all you want, and still
The rest of it is not
look and
happening.
sound like duty.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's a real thing. So yeah, so I love the. We'll probably, knowing us, you'll probably be seeing a lot of the '90s, late '90s, early 2000s type of stuff from us. I know Zach was born last year. So.
What I'm interested in is when it's Seth or Will's turn. Are we getting the show that I think we're going to get? If there's even a clip, it might be one we have to like fly Will.
that might be a full episode.
We might have to fly Will in to watch it at Sed's house because I don't think there's even a clip of it.
I'm not sure if the algorithms will allow us to do that show.
The year, well, it happened more than once, but I'm trying to drive up to Indianapolis and
every year
my speakers are blowing out and rattling, and
you got lucky this year.
Open.
You really did.
Because we was already you tamed us by cramping us in the back,
so you can't really even do anything.
Yeah, Angelo would have died because the back seat was so cramped.
You would have gained acceleration and wouldn't know how. We done lost a person back here. That's why
Angelo would have died. He would have died. This would have been the end of it. So. Obviously, I do want to watch that show at some point, but there's some other ones that a lot of people don't talk about. I got plenty.
There's one that I want
from my vault that I can.
I got one as well. That didn't get a lot of more modern show, but it's one of my favorites as well.
It's Blue Stars 2022.
No, I do love that. I do love that show. I do love that show. So, funny story real quick. I know this is a reaction one, but we'll talk about how like the Blue Stars and then how much I love Troopers show. Well, one of the judges at our contest that we hosted was a guy that wrote the visual stuff for Troopers. And
shut up.
I was about to be like I was like, oh my God. Like walking, I was like, dude, I just want to let you know. Thank you. Did you plug the podcast? I know, like, dude. I was literally that was like the 2 minutes I had before I had to like run and like do 800 million different things. But I just want to go. I was like, thank you, man. That was a great show. It's like, yeah, we did. It was there. I was like, yeah, it was there, man.
Oh, it was.
Well, yeah,
man.
You did the thing. You did a thing. Well, cool. So yeah, this is our first Reacts video. We're gonna do some of these, sprinkle in from time to time. These are quick and easy to do. We don't have to. Hey, we can do these at school. Just get in a Google Meet at school. It's like I'm on break and
I don't have time.
Knock me out, but you don't know.
Laminating and copying and taking kids to the nurse and all kind of stuff.
Oh my God. What kind of school you run?
Elementary school.
Elementary jail. Rikers jail. Elementary.
No.
I am confirmed that every time I step into one, I look at the office ladies. How's it going? We're surviving. I'm like, look, y'all surviving every day.
That's people ask me, how's school going? Well, we ain't thriving. We surviving. That's how it would be.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Well, if you like what you heard, like, comment, share,
Let us know what show you want us to react to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about The Zone? Because, like I said, that's kind of an iconic one. But make sure you hit the subscribe and notification button. Hit us on all the socials and all of that good stuff, and we'll be knocking some of these out throughout the just throughout.
Yeah.
Whenever we want, we can do these whenever
right.
we want. So there you go. So for that, Will, Chris, as I said, it's been episode 1 of On the Backcast Reacts, and catch you guys later.
Peace.
Word. Something new.